Hello everyone. Today I'll be sharing with you how much impact does visual design have on e-commerce conversion? This is a frequently discussed yet often misunderstood question. You may have also struggled with these questions. Does visual appeal guarantee high conversion rates? Will design upgrades lead to increased sales? Why do some seemingly ordinary stores sell so well? Those who have actually worked in e-commerce for a while often arrive at a somewhat counterintuitive conclusion. Visual design is very important for conversion, but its effect is different from what most people think. Let's clarify this thoroughly. First, the conclusion. Visual design doesn't directly drive orders, but it determines whether users leave. This is key to understanding the relationship between visuals and conversion. Visual design rarely does one thing, directly get users to place orders, but it almost always affects one thing, whether users are willing to continue looking, thinking, and staying. And conversion occurs precisely under the premise of not being discouraged. 2. Users aren't persuaded by good looks, but rather by pleasing appearance. Many people overestimate the power of good looks. In real shopping scenarios, users don't think, "This page looks great, I'll buy it." Their more genuine thoughts are, "Is it easy to look at? Is it tiring to look at? Do I need to put in the effort to understand it?" If the page feels cluttered, noisy, overly forceful, then users often leave before even understanding the product. The primary value of visual design is to lower psychological defenses, not to create wow factor. Third, the first point where visuals truly influence conversion. The first impressions stay or leave decision. This is where visuals have the greatest impact on conversion. Within 1 to 3 seconds of entering the store, users subconsciously make a decision. Should I continue looking? This judgment is almost entirely based on visual perception. Is there too much information? Is the page too cluttered? Does it feel overwhelming? If your first impression is a bit tiring, then the conversion is basically over. Why didn't the conversion rate improve after a visual upgrade? This is a very common phenomenon. There are usually 3 reasons. 1. The visuals became more complex, not clearer, more colors, more elements. The focus is less obvious. 2. The design overshadowed the content. The visuals are expressing, "I'm awesome," rather than, "I'm helping you understand." 3. The structure hasn't changed, just a reskin. The information order hasn't been adjusted. The main promotional logic hasn't changed. If the visuals don't improve understanding efficiency, the conversion rate often won't improve. The real role of visuals in conversion, helping users think less. This is the true role of visual design in e-commerce. Good visuals do the following. Help users quickly distinguish between primary and secondary elements. Help users find the key information. Help users understand the page with less effort. You'll find that high conversion pages are often not flashy, not complex, even not highly designed, but very clear and smooth. The ultimate goal of visuals is to reduce the user's cognitive load. Fix. Which visual problems are most likely to directly lower conversion rates? Let's directly discuss a few high-frequency pitfalls. Equal visual weight for important and unimportant elements. Inconsistent colors, fonts, and spacing. Too much information on one screen. Emotional design overshadowing rational expression. These problems may not seem serious individually, but combined, they significantly increase bounce rate. 7. Why do some seemingly ordinary stores have high conversion rates? Because they often do one thing right. Visuals always give way to the decision-making path. Their pages typically, the main message is very clear. The structure is extremely clear. Visuals are secondary, not the main focus. Users on such pages almost don't need to think, "What should I look at now?" No need to think. It's a high conversion experience in itself. Fate. The impact of visual design on conversion varies at different stages. This is a reality many people overlook. In the initial stage, visuals mainly prevent users from being turned away. In the stable stage, visuals affect conversion efficiency. In the branding stage, visuals affect trust and repeat purchases. Therefore, you will find that the same visual investment yields completely different returns at different stages. 9. A very practical self-check method for visual conversion. You can ask yourself a few questions. At first glance, can I immediately understand the main message? Does this page make me feel a little tired? Are there any visual elements grabbing attention without providing information? If so, the visuals are consuming conversion, not improving conversion. A very realistic piece of advice for sellers: don't treat visuals as a lifeline. A more effective order is: first, streamline the structure. First, clarify the logic. Then, use visuals to reinforce the key points. Visuals are an amplifier, not a substitute. In short, visual design has a huge impact on e-commerce conversion, but it affects whether the user stays, not whether the user places an order immediately. When your visuals achieve, not cluttered, not distracting, not consuming your understanding, conversion will often occur gradually, provided the user is not discouraged.